My dear son, I gently request that you take a moment to collect your thoughts. I narrated a poignant tale of betrayal. The residence is infused with the scent of balm and regret. A modest, a two-bedroom dwelling located on the outskirts of Milford, Pennsylvania, where the Susquehanna River shapes its course with an eager fervor. 3 years ago, I strolled to the diner where I served, serving plates of meatloaf, swapping radiant grins for bountiful gratuities. My existence has taken a central position in this living room, where the sofa sags under its weight throughout the years. A wheelchair remains vigilant in quote. The corner is adorned with a neat row of pill bottles, like guardians on the coffee table. The quote, an accident stole my legs, my job, and nearly every part of my essence. A truck being driven, an inebriated person collided into me on Route 6, etching impressions on my skin that resonates with a silence more profound than no words could ever convey. My name is Claire Bennett, and at 35, I find myself on a journey, navigating the journey of motherhood alone, reflecting on a moment when I occupied a space of significance. Right now, I am experiencing as if a burden is anchored to this dwelling and, to him, Ethan, my son, my everything. Linked to existence at 20. His physique radiates strength, a reflection of steadfast commitment, and his gaze communicates deep meanings. Devoid of verbal communication, he is the type of individual who finds solace in repairing a carburetor rather than venturing out. The profoundness of his emotions, in the absence of his existence, I would find myself confined in a government facility, a shift vent detached from the world around me. In that moment, I transform into a completely different being, an identity that stays elusive and out of reach for me. The front door creaks the jar, and the echo of Ethan's boots resounds, opposed to the mat. He steps forth from the garage wrapped in the scent of machinery, the essence of oil mingling with the gentle caress of summer's warmth. The flannel shirt clung closely to his broad shoulders. "Mother, did you enjoy a meal today?" He speaks, his tone a gentle murmur as if he cradles the answer resides within him. I adjust my position on the couch, feeling the pulse of my limbs tucked beneath the warm coverlet. I grasp, softly, telling myself that I'm not hungry. He enters the room with confidence, standing at an impressive 6'2", his dark hair glistening with sweat. Those emerald orbs, resonating with the void left by his father, lock piercing through the pretense and revealing much more than anticipated. It is crucial for you to eat, Claire. They sets his toolbox by the door. The sharp sound of metal striking the ground, resonating in the stillness. He stands alone. Who refers to me as Claire now? Moving on. The title of mother. From the moment that an unexpected bond was formed. In the spirit of equality, he kneels beside. As I sit in silence observing the brace on my joint. His hands bear the marks of toil, labor, weathered by instruments and countless hours of dedication. Nevertheless, they possess a softness that echoes deeply inside of me. Is the unease is it intense today? He inquires. I shift my focus, departing, offering a subtle nod of recognition. They remains in proximity, profoundly significant, and I detest the depth of my dependence on him. Lie back, Ethan commands, his voice allowing for no dissent. He raises my legs upon the couch, his fingers gently grazing my calf. I recoil, not from pain, but from the strength of his touch, both powerful and disquieting. Relax, he whispers, his voice a soothing balm that wraps around her like a gentle embrace. Fingers beginning to crave the tight muscles surrounding my knee. His hands glide, with precision at first, silently unraveling the complexities that rob me of peace, shrouded in the veil of night. His thumb ascends gracefully, touching the surface of my thigh, and I sense my breath, a lump in my throat. "Ethan," I murmur, an amalgamation of apprehension and immediacy. He lingers, his fingers suspended above a scar that winds its way up my leg. A sharp reminder of the crash. Is this permissible?" he inquires, his tone gently exploring as if he is immersing himself in an experience that transcends my suffering. I acknowledge what other choices are left for myself. He is everything to me. His hands shift once more, intentional, pushing against the taut muscle just beneath my shorts. My heart races within me, and I take a bite. I bit down on my lip to stifle a gasp. It is merely a message, I remind myself. A child providing support to his mother. As his fingertips hover, grazing against the hem of my shorts, my form reveals its concealed realities, igniting feelings that surpasses reason. He hesitates, his hands gently placed upon me, and for a brief, in that instant, we hold our breath together. Alongside, with a gravelly tone, he inquires, in pursuit of understanding. Indeed, I possess a remarkable command of betrayal, my skin ablaze from his touch, gentle touch. He delicately adjusts a blanket drapes over my legs as I stand, deliberately steering clear of my gaze. "I will prepare dinner," he instructs, taking a step back and abandoning me to grapple with the burden of what has recently transpired. The days merge, immersed in a fog of alleviation and the quietude of our modest abode in Milford, Pennsylvania, a sanctuary for two. Every morning, Ethan withdraws to the garage, abandoning me in the presence of the soft murmur of the television and the dangerous whispers of my own thoughts. I frequently find myself revisiting that moment. His hands softly rested upon my thigh, positioning the body ignited, a flicker in the darkness. I recognize that it's a misdirection. However, the yearning endures without respite. He is my son, my redeemer, and now something profound, something that stirs my soul. Dash. At the sound of his truck approaching the driveway, he has returned home. Creating spaghetti in the kitchen, the rhythmic clatter of pots creating a gentle tune. I place myself at the entrance, observing him as he strides forward, his powerful shoulders emanating a quiet. Strength emanates as he extends his hand toward a jar of sauce. His t-shirt lifts slightly, exposing a wrench tattooed on his lower back, intertwined with a rose. He acquired it last summer. He chose to refrain from doing so, reveal the rationale. "You're gazing, Claire," he teasingly comments, his gaze focused on my own. Heat rushes to my face as I fumble through a few words concerning the intense aroma of garlic. Not long ago, a significant change has occurred within him. His gaze holds for just a moment more. His voice adopts a softer quality, echoing with greater depth as he utters my name. And oh my, I find myself starting to stir within my essence. The doorbell disrupts the tranquility of the twilight hour. Sudden and undesirable. Ethan cleans his hands with a dish towel, casting a fleeting glance my way. "Remain where you are," he orders, as if I possess. There is no option in this circumstance. It is Mrs. Larson, the one who lives next door. Her voice resonated. Peering through the screen door, merely observing. "I'm here to check in and see how everything is unfolding for you. Ethan, how is your mother doing these days?" "What about the days?" Her concern is simply a facade. She's nothing eyes perpetually seeking the latest, juicy tidbits to share at the church potluck. I clutch the handles of my wheelchair, a tangle, a constriction in my abdomen. Is she aware? What can you tell me regarding this? The manner in which Ethan lingers, just take your breath away. The manner in which I intuitively lean into him. Ethan turned with courtesy, declined her invitation to bring a pie. We It is a pleasure to hear that you are doing well, Mrs. Larson. Thank you very much. Yet she persists in commending his unwavering commitment. Your generosity in nurturing your mother is genuinely commendable, highlighting the remarkable son you are indeed. I long to declare that he is not merely a boy, but a man bearing a burden far too great for her slender frame, understanding to grasp. The door crashes shut, slams shut with a powerful thud, leaving. Ethan stood there, his posture taut, jaw clenched tightly. He whispers, seated opposite me. She is truly remarkable. Curious individual. His knee grazes beneath the surface, and I, startled, my fork clattered in disbelief. He offers no excuses, merely observes me. His green eyes cloaked in mystery. The air thickens, resonating with the impending arrival of an impending tempest. As the night unfolds, the dwelling lies shrouded in darkness. The only illumination emanates from the shimmering glow of the baseball game. Ethan lies comfortably on the sofa next to me. His intimacy, sensation, more intimate than it should be. My limbs, pain lingers from fatigue, yet I restrain myself from seeking assistance. A shiver courses through, overwhelmed by the very thought of his touch and the consequences it might bring forth. You're unusually silent this evening, he notes. His voice is low and rough, as though he's been struggling with his thoughts for an extended period. Extended. A gentle breath slipped from my mouth as I concentrated deeply on the display. An awareness, a sense of weariness starting to wrap around me. He moves gently, his arm grazing my own. Have you ever thought about what I threw in the towel? My breath falters. What is this all about? He inclines his body slightly, resting his elbows on his knees. Scholarly pursuits, companionship, a life distinct, any alternative. I remained here for you, Claire. His words hit me with the force of a heavy blow, emotions of guilt and gratitude intertwining within me. I didn't request you to take that action, I murmur gently. He pivots, his expression merely inches away from my own, eyes ablaze with passion. It was unnecessary. You embody my entire being. The manner in which he expresses himself, deeply passionate and intense, is not how a son usually converses with his mother. It is a revelation, a boundary breached. It is advisable to make some room. Yet here I stand, unwavering, current. The screen glows, casting a shimmering glow over the edge, and I sense we are approaching an instant that is irrevocable. The windows of our Milford home quiver beneath the might of thunder. A summer storm rolls in, sweeping through with a fierce intensity. Pennsylvania exudes a sense of determination. The lights dim, enveloping us in shadow. As the gentle murmur of the television yields to the fierce winds swirling beyond. While I lounge on the couch, a blanket gently draping over my lap, I perceive a familiar rhythm in my legs, more powerful than it has always been. Ethan is positioned beside to me, radiating a warmth that is beyond measure, overlooked. Is everything all right, Claire? He inquires, his tone gentle and uncertain as, even though he harbors a fear of fracture, something fragile. I acknowledge with a gentle inclination, but the shadows beckon my transparency. I find myself surrounded by a feeling of discontent. Not alongside him, nearly there, not with the condition of my skin, recalls his gentle touch. He ignites a candle, its flame dancing softly above. His chiseled jawline revealed striking green eyes that appear to grasp significantly more than they should. He envelops us in a comforting. As we embraced, his arm gently brushed against mine. I remained still, unwilling to budge. Departed. The fabric envelops our thighs. A silent pact formed. Amidst the connection we share, The tempest raging beyond my window reflects the turmoil within. A master of bewilderment and yearning. His hand hesitates upon my knee, not for the sake of alleviating discomfort, but to ground us in this present moment. Is that really? Are you there, Claire? His whisper echoes with steadfast lucidity. This serves as a caution. I need to wrap this up. I refrain from. His fingers glide along my thigh with a measured pace, allowing my breath, echoing softly in the stillness surrounding us. Ethan urges me to halt, his voice a gravelly whisper tinged with an overwhelming sense of urgency. Still, his hand continues its relentless movement. Words drift into the ether. Concepts diminish in the blaze where our forms unite. My silence serves as a understanding, and he is fully aware of it. He approaches, his breath a soft warmth upon my cheek, and then his lips connect with mine, with an intensity that expresses a profound longing, as if he has been anticipating this moment. The moment has been there all along. I return the kiss, my fingers gripping his shirt, drawing him nearer. It is undoubtedly misguided, yet it embodies our core, unfiltered, daring, and authentic. His tongue twirls with mine, and I draw in a sharp breath, my body reacting instinctively, curving in his direction. The blanket descends, adrift from our grasp, lost in the shadows as he methods, a blend of strength and longing. My fingers explore his shoulders, fingers gliding over the surface of the skin, and he lets out a groan, a sound that ignites an inner warmth that resonates within me. It resonates within you, he murmurs gently against my lips, his hips drawing nearer. Currently, we discover our presence in this moment. The flickering glow casts shadows, concealing our transgressions in its tender hold. In this place, we find our liberation. From the limitations of a mother-son connection, we stand out as a unique, an entity, molded by countless experiences, emerging from the consequences of that pivotal, an incident that took away it all. Otherwise, we separate, breathless, as the tempest unleashes its fury. Beyond the boundaries of our sanctuary, darkness envelops us as the candle flickers and fades. The shadows, yet I sense Ethan's gaze upon me. I feel weighed down by the weight of what we've completed. My lips pulse, my body quivers, with an unmistakable yearning. Claire, begins, his voice trembling. Still, I sever, restraining him, keeping a distance. The sound glides away, departed, leaving me struggling with the unvarnished reality of what has just transpired. My son pressed his lips to mine, and I felt a rush of warmth envelop me. I responded with a kiss of my own. What is it? Are we? Essentially, he extends his, reaching out, yet I withdraw, curling inward, reclining on the couch. The energy stirs anew. Additional, a brilliant light pouring into the vastness, revealing our essence entirely. Ethan's. The shirt hangs in a disordered fashion, his. My hair is a chaotic tangle, and I can only speculate that I mirror his disheveled look. We can turn this around, he proclaims, the tone devoid of any trace of remorse, yet overflowing with confidence. I nod, my gaze, brimming with uncried sorrows. A surge of emotion rises, urging a desperate cry for freedom within me. Still, my legs remain steadfast, firmly rooted in place. He pauses for a fleeting instant, uncertainty etched upon his features, prior to making my way to the kitchen, departing. I find myself grappling with the burden of our option. The tempest that lies ahead could be calming, yet the turmoil within me remains just starting to awaken. We possess crossed a line, and there is no way to return. More practical. Half a year has passed by, and our Milford house resonates with even as it draws nearer. Their barriers, laden with unvoiced mysteries that remain within the ambiance. Ethan and I proceed with care now, our subtle gestures concealed beneath drawn curtains. A delicate silver band graces my left hand, a subtle deception that silences the inquiries from those nearby, exploring the romantic journey of an individual, maternal figure. We have progressed past the boundaries of mother and son. Surrounded by shadows linger as his hands stretch out towards me, and my murmurs soothe the weight of remorse. Yet the morning light unveils a sense of embarrassment, piercing through me like the ache in my appendages. Ethan undergoing a transformation, too, his green eyes softened as if he has discovered a tranquility within. Our wrongdoings. He resides in the garage, continuing to elevate me into my wheelchair. However, his touch remains, a whisper of what awaits. Forward. We are a blended creation, two ashes intertwined. Still, the embers remain, softly glowing, merely below the exterior. Regardless of whether it is the essence of love or madness, continues to be a mystery. Yet, it belongs to us, and for the moment, that suffices. Mrs. Lapawson spots us in the grocery store. Shop. Her smile was wide and glowing. Ethan, you are truly exceptional, nurturing your mother in this way. She watches, stealing a look at my bell. I implore a gesture of acknowledgement, my grip on Ethan's holp firmly securing with determination. He clings tightly, firmly, determined as if challenging the universe demands our focus. She is excessively captivated by her discussion regarding the community bake sale. As we embarked on our journey, the soft whisper of my wheelchair follows. We, in stark contrast to the confident cadence of his steps. Not a single suspect, no, a solitary glance is cast in this style. We endure, concealed within the ordinary, our lives enveloped by an alluring facade of charming small-town appeal. Within, in the car, Ethan's hand gently rests on mine, inviting and confident, as the Susquehanna sparkles under the sun's embrace, unconcerned with anything beyond, encompassing it. Together, we journey back. Isolated, tethered by a love that holds the power to fracture us completely.